No, it's
But
okay.
no,
Okay, everybody. How's everybody doing today? This is yours truly, the James Cardoza, owner, operator, creator of Fit Patrick's, aka Ambassador of Light. Here with my friends Richard and Callie. Today we're discussing how do we go about setting goals. Brother Richard, you had some good things you're about to share. We'd love to hear it.
I was just saying, I the way I go about it is I just set a goal and just try to keep it in front of me. I set goals, but not plans. I'm very high energy, spur of the moment. With ADHD, I'm kind of always live wired for distractions. So I try to utilize my distractions towards my goal per se. Like I have numerous abilities to pick something up, drop something down. So that's where the planning doesn't go so well, because if I get lost in a step, I kind of fall on my butt, fail a little bit, and have to cry. But if I just set a goal, keep the goal in front of me, that's kind of how I like to operate. Plans tend to take lives of their own once you make them. Plans have room for failure. Goals have no room for failure. You kind of get what I'm throwing down there. Like plans fail all the time, but goals, those are meant to be successful and achieved. That's the point of a goal. So if I'm gonna have a goal, I'm gonna have a goal, but no plans.
Yeah, I love it.
It's just a positive way of looking about it, because I mean, it's got a lot of up and downs, dude. Each and every one of us has had some sort of, hey, I've fallen to my perceived lowest of the low. But the thing is about being at that point is, hey, you're broken, you can be fixed, flaws are beautiful, celebrate what you learned. It's a lesson. It's easy to say now after I've done all my crying in my safe space, but
well, that's your gift, though. That's your gift to the world, is you've already experienced this. So if anybody's out there struggling, my man Richard here can relate. He can help you, right? That's the idea of being seen by the world, is that you have a strength and people are going to relate to it, and you're going to be their beacon of light. So that's beautiful, man.
I can tell you what not to do. That's where my advice is.
Thomas Edison, right? 10,000 ways.
Right.
Yeah, I like that too, Richard. I'm a bit of an expert in what not to do. Hence why I'm really good at helping people with their goal. I was just listening to you because I was thinking, when you do have a goal and you do have a bit of a plan and you write it down on paper, that's just another step in the process of it creating. A bit like a vision board where you've spent the time, because really you've spent your energy focused on the goal by doing those other steps. So instead of our energy just dispersing with our goal and our intention, and it's fully not like, it's not like you're focused like,
it's kind of materializing it for the mind, basically, is if you write it down and kind of give yourself a mental image of, hey, this is my path on what I potentially could or could not achieve. Yeah. That's goal. Writing goals down is cool.
And then it's sort of, it energizes it because your energy's in the desire of what you want. You've written down, and so in that you've put some sort of action plus your energy. But then, like you're saying, it could or may not. You don't fully know what the universe has in store, but you're just putting your energy into that, and then into you, though, because you're one with the goal. You're not just putting the energy on the written word, you're putting the energy back in you, owning the goal.
The energy into action.
Yeah, and that writing or the little plan is one part of the action. The other is being internally and getting aware of someone that may be meant to collaborate with you on that goal, that comes into your awareness, but you're not aware of them because you're not owning the project, but they come and go. And then you see them three different people that you could have worked with when you recheck in. Like, so it's an internal awareness of owning your goal, energizing it from the inside, and then the plan on the paper is just another step to the action of it.
You know what I've been doing is that I've noticed that through time of experiences and stuff, once you have the goal, you write it down, you do some research, you talk about collaborating, but I think the two people you should collaborate with, not particularly anybody, but people who already are doing what you're doing, right? So it's good to choose a mentor. Mentors don't choose their proteges. Proteges choose their mentors. Students seek out their teachers, right? Seek out a teacher. And but also think about this. I've never heard it one time. Other people's clients. Who is somebody else that's not doing what's that?
Feedback. You're getting if you're seeking somebody else's clients out, you're getting feedback on your perspective. We'll say skill, trade, craft, path.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more I learn from your mistakes, the less I can make of my own kind of deals.
Well, the best, for example, I can always communicate. I'm a personal trainer. I can communicate with the physical therapist, and they can tell me based on what they've experienced through their clients, what I can better utilize, not just in meeting clients, but in helping clients too, because there's a common denominator there, right? We share an interest. So the moral of the story, I think, with goals is don't try to be greedy because you're only hurting yourself. Seek out, it's better to have 1% of something than all of nothing. Everybody's always like, well, I don't want a business partner because then I got to share the profits, and they end up with no profits.
They end up homeless and becoming a prophet.
That's my advice. That's what I've been doing. It's kind of working out pretty good for me because if nothing else, Richard, Callie, and a lot of other great people I've had an opportunity to meet made my life a whole lot more meaningful, but also it's inspired me to take different directions, different actions. So yeah, with setting goals, find people who have interest in those goals too. Like who's going to benefit from it and who also can help you.
Yeah, I like that because two or more come together. Magic. And then also in that you find other people that have similar goals, because the person you're attracted to as the mentor must have some sort of a pull that has a magnetic
You're going to start seeing off of each other.
Yeah, and then you've got supporters in your goal. And then that's collaboration and collective support, and off it goes. And then besides one energy, there's 10 people then with the energy of similar goal, or if not quite the same, at least similar. And it's just multiplies, it's just.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, it's just, I guess it depends on your beliefs, but energy is real. And speaks about in the Bible, two more meet in my name. But every successful corporation has many, many minds and many, many positions. Many people applying. It's just a matter of, I think what's really important with a goal is get out of the ego as far as what you want and want to create something that's beneficial for as many people as possible. Because the more people that can benefit, the more people that will align their focus on it. So
it kind of sounds like a kind of you're being sneaky about it, but it's like you're coming at the world with good intentions, poor intentions. Not like I get some people tend to take that as like, aren't you kind of like subliminally messaging and or mind hacking and trying to be sneaky to get your way? In a way, yes, but anybody of a like-minded nature is going to look at it and be like, hey, I get what you're throwing down. You want to bring not only yourself up, but help you up too.
The universal laws. I just use the universal laws, the things that are truth.
I like handouts, not handouts. Just saying, man. I love to give hand-ups. I don't like to give handouts.
Well, yeah. Well, but even those are human beliefs. Like those are like beliefs that we create. But like law of divine oneness is just like we're all one, right? We're all from the same source. Law of vibration.
Distance is how
yeah. So the universal laws is what I use. And when I try to apply what my goal is and align with the universal law, then I realize it's less about the ego and it's more about stick to the flow, right?
Sometimes you got to know when to be the flow, though. is where I've come to my life. You know, you got to stick to, you got to find your flow essentially. Is kind of energy moves through the least restricted path. I was talking to a guy on another article about free moving electrons in a vacuum capacitor for quantum mechanics. Let's not go there. But yeah, it moves through the least restricted path. So in a world of so many paths, for everyone to find a single, you know, kind of solidarity in that line of thinking of moving forward with that path it's a unique challenge. Because if you get into the law, you know, you're speaking to the universal laws. The easiest way I say it is if you say the universal oneness and divine laws like that, people think you're smoking some funkier stuff than pot, my friend. So if you refer to it as like existence, we can all relate with the term existence, right? I exist, you exist, Callie exists. You know, forgot the other lady's name that just got off here. Yeah, Tisha. We all exist. Speaking from like that aspect, right here, right now, we are all in existence. We're moving as one, whether we like it or not. I'm observing you, you're observing me. We're existing and moving. There's that, I guess, the common man stance of how I would explain it, and when you speak to it. Is the way I don't know. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Well,
give
no,
me
I
into
get what
the
you're saying.
cosmos.
Well, I get what you're saying. It's just like I don't need to describe gravity to know not to jump off a cliff. I'm just trying to utilize whatever natural occurrences are occurring in the universe to get what I want. And I recommend everybody does the same thing. Yeah, you just utilize the resources at your exposure. I mean, who doesn't want what they want? I believe everybody believes what they believe. Right? I'm just trying to help you live in the moment and enjoy the flesh a little bit. I often use this line. I often use this line from an Al Pacino movie that I am a fan of man. And I want you to have everything you ever wanted, and I want you to win. And the reality is, it's not even doing it for you, it's doing it for me, because I have those mindsets, I have that vibration of abundance, and I have that thought of everybody winning. Well, it's gonna reciprocate to me. I recommend
we're all on the same level, friend. All on the same level.
You know, that's the best part. There are even levels. Like, this is all this creative stuff, right? Hierarchy, titles.
Yeah.
Just know you want to create a world through your goals that you want to live in, because it makes your life better. So you were in sanitation. That's a huge benefit for everybody in our society, whether people realize it, think about it or not. That's huge, right? So there are certain things,
there's a lot of
structures and stuff. Yeah, these are things we all need, right? So just make something everybody benefits from, and you will benefit greatly.
Yeah, and it could be like, yes, I get what you're saying with making it for everyone and benefit everyone, but some people have to start with a small goal to get used to doing goals. And so it might, and also it may be personal. So it's a goal for self, for something personal. And so you might as well start somewhere, like our shopping list. If people write a shopping list, there's a goal. It's very basic.
Muscle memory is getting mind memory is the same as muscle memory. The more, you know, you're a physical guy, you'll attest that the more you use your muscles, the more they develop. The more you use your mind. So if the more you set goals and kind of, like they said, keep your goals in front of you. It's, you know, goals are great. I love goals. Yeah.
Bit like the affirmations, bit like auto suggestion, where you put a sticky note and you have that statement. Well, that's a goal. It's a long-term goal that's changing a mindset habit. It is a goal. It's an intention, but it's a goal. Like, you intend that at 6 weeks, every day stating that it will be a change, a habit by 6 weeks, or whatever you hope it's to be, 21 days. Well, that is your goal. And then you tick it done, and your chemicals in the body, the dopamine, react to the completion, and you go into joy.
We're all basically chemists and alchemists and trying to just hack these chemical signals in our heads.
And instead of taking food to create the chemicals or drugs, you're ticking the boxes of the goal done, and there's the chemicals released.
Yeah, my mentor told me, whatever you do, make sure you're going in the direction that brings you bliss in a positive manner. So, you know what? We set goals sometimes. That's why I think the why to the goal is so important, because sometimes we like to say big goals or say goals to be heard to feed our ego. So that it sounds like, but yeah, so if I give one piece of advice today, because for all you, well, for everybody listening, if you have a goal, or if you're striving to achieve something, which you probably are, because you're probably looking for some sort of advice, you're looking for some sort of direction, because you're, whether you realize it or not, you're looking through sources. The best thing I can advise is that you find a mentor, find a teacher, whoever it may be. It could be a dead person, it could be a person in a book, it could be Napoleon Hill, it could be a Tesla, but whoever it is, study them, learn from them. Because if somebody's done what you want to do, if someone's doing what you want to do, no point in reinventing the wheel. It's been invented. It's time to know where we're at and go from there. Don't start at the bottom, start from where you're at and go there.
Yeah.
So, that's my advice. Richard, Callie, you guys have any advice for anybody setting goals?
Be easy on yourself. You're going to have setbacks. Be forgiving. I know it's hard to say it and it's hard to follow it. Everybody just needs to remember, we're human. Look, we've got 10,000 plus years of recorded history that we have somewhat of a belief in. There's a lot of errors to look back on. Be forgiving.
Yeah. Be nice to yourself. We're supposed to be nice to everybody else, right?
Right. Yourself
Sorry, Kelly. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, don't, like, in your goal, add some physical activity, because that helps you create space. Like if you go for a walk, if you're doing a goal and it's looking like it's not quite aligning, go for a walk or sit next to a tree and just give yourself time to have your time, and then go back and re-evaluate the goal. You know what I mean? Like just re-evaluate, but give yourself space away from it first so that you come back with a bit of a clear energy to re-evaluate. Like exercise helps with that.
Oh, here's that just let me think of something, Callie. Thank you. Be the best at being a giver. It's this trait I learned in a different marketing business that I was in, but it really does play. Be your friends and family's #1 cheerleader. Be the person that shows up to shit and celebrates their success and cheers them on the most enthusiastically. If you're feeling lost in your own direction, be somebody else's #1 cheerleader. Be the best at being a giver. These are two things that play into universal laws that will be the easiest things for you to start immediately, and they will have the largest impact over time.
Yeah, not only do they apply to you yourself, they apply to those around you as well. Don't forget yourself in all this, man. You're your best source and your best counsel.
Yeah. Well, so that's the beautiful thing, you know, is I don't have to think about myself anymore, because I know that all will work out well, because I have faith that everything's going to happen exactly in time. Everything is perfect right now, and I'm exactly where I need to be. It's got to be observant. I got to be in a peaceful place. We all should be in a peaceful place of joy and love, so that we're in the right frequency to observe and to potentially find something to create.
Hopefully it's not banging my toe on a table and losing that piece.
Hey, you know, I mean, let's think about prosthetic limbs, about, you know, the most medical advancement
somewhere along the lines here.
Well, the most medical advancement came during the Civil War because of they had people to practice on. Not the best situation, but everything has a silver lining.
It's everywhere.
I was just going to say there's a video by Simon Sinek. I don't know how to spell his name, but I know you American beautiful people know who that is. And it's called, I'm pretty sure it's called Leaders Eat Last. and he's got 3 different ones, but they're all the same heading. So he's talking at different events in 3 different ones. But he talks about the chemicals of the brain, the dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin, and cortisol. I think he mentions that in it. But he talks about when you write a list and then you tick. So you've got your goal, your list, and you tick the box when you succeed, say in the smaller steps or the bigger step, bigger goal. And each time it kicks in those chemicals when you tick the box, when you actually physically tick the box that it's done. Because with that, it then allows you to feel a different feeling internally. You feel good with joy, all of the pieces. And then, yeah, he just talks about that, but it's more at the end of that video, but it's interesting to listen to. It could be in other places to find it, but I just know he talks about it. And how
Yeah, I think he stole that from me because I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure it's somewhere written.
Well,
by
I said,
many others.
I always said leaders eat last and they suffer first. So a leader takes responsibility for what happens that is bad, and you allow everybody else to celebrate the good. That's why people follow you, right? People follow you because they don't need you, then they wouldn't follow you. So they need somebody who's willing to take on the things they don't want to take on, but allow them to have the things they want. So you free them of their pain, but you allow them the joy, and then they'll keep coming to your establishment, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, well, in that video, he talks about being in 100% service, roughly. I can't remember how he worded it, but it was that at the end. So if you do go onto YouTube and find it, just go closer to the end and listen to the ending. But the main point is it's the chemicals, and then you're not needing certain foods to get the dopamine and the hits of those sort of things. This is actually your own body just by ticking the plan finished, physically ticking it, and it creates. So this would help people get healthier all round, so they're not eating the wrong foods.
And Richard and Kelly both, you know what's funny, because you guys both applied some scientific knowledge to the goals. And what's better than having a goal with actual foundations, structures, so that's perfect. Thank you guys for sharing. We're gonna end this call now, guys. So this was on YouTube. I'll share the YouTube to Facebook. But thanks for everybody for following along. We appreciate you. From yours truly, the James, the Richard, the Kelly, or the Kelly, the Richard, the James, however you want to look at it. We're all equal. We're all one. Have an amazing day.